right, everybody. Thank you for joining me right here on the Florentino Rebuilding Company YouTube channel. Right here in your outpost on the West Coast in sunny Southern California. So we're back. This is part, I believe, 29 of our Ed Alexander full restoration. This model is about 90 years old. From the very, very beginnings of the old scale hobby. This is the old scale 2-rail side. The scale side, she's a brass model, hand built, offered by an outfit back in 1934. Outfit called the Ed Alexander Hobby Store, I guess, back in New York. They were about 16 of these offered, built up or in pieces. We got one here that was extremely banged up. I ain't gonna lie to you, I played off as a fun, quick, easy restoration, but it really was not. It was extremely, extremely heavy, as heavy duty as you can get. I lucked out because the drivers were quartered, but I do want to say hello to the following people. I want to say hi to a new subscriber. Welcome aboard, Steed. Thank you for subscribing. Always want to say hi to Mark Bickelhopt. And today I want to say hi to Grouchy Gavel. Thanks, guys, for commenting on my YouTube construction short. And I want to say a big welcome aboard to Emmanuel Richard. Emmanuel Richard 9129. Who threw some real nice comments over on my historical buildings of downtown Long Beach videos that I've been putting out, and I think I'm going to put one out again tomorrow. Emmanuel Richard, if you ever down in Long Beach and you want to just take a tour and walk around and look at some real interesting stuff for a few hours, get in touch with me. Send me a message here. Hey, I'd love to team up with you. Grab our cameras and go down there. I'll show you some real interesting stuff that I haven't even filmed yet. It's a fascinating place to get lost in, but it is still the year 2025. You don't want to do it by yourself. For safety reasons, that's just smart in general. Anyways, let's get back to this right here. I'm really jazzed up, guys. Today we're gonna have, let me clip this microphone to my lapel. Today we're gonna have what I like to call the crash. There we go, microphone. We're doing the stripes on our tender here, and we're doing the stripes. We use the, I don't really use this method too much. I do it the other way, but we use the reverse method of applying stripes onto a model. And I actually shot video of it, and I have it saved up on the screen on the computer there on the laptop. So we're going to share that process for people who are not too familiar with it, or people who are more accustomed to the other way of doing it as opposed to the opposite. And when I show you the videos, you'll know what I'm talking about. But how did it come out? We'll find out together. We're going to unveil this guy right here live on camera for you guys, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow scale model builders. And we'll do an episode I like to call Crash and Burn. It's something I used to do over on the AMT 124th scale model building side, 125th scale. Most notably with Dave Parsley and Robert over from Northern Horse Journeys. If I think I said his YouTube site correctly. Anyways, I've been real busy. Been doing a lot of my side hustles. Getting back into the hobby here. It just, the owner of this model had some work for me to do, and has some other work for me to do. And he contacted me. He liked the way I guess I did my videos. And never did I dream I was going to be back working on old scale locomotives ever again. And here we are. So, but as I get close to retirement, I was in a predicament here where I was deciding, what am I going to do every day? I don't like to play golf. and I'm not going to go on my yacht fishing out in the ocean, and I don't want to sit on the couch either. What am I going to do? And I don't want to be look for another job, especially after I retired from one. I'm getting there. I'm about, unless there's a family need, I'm about 3 years away from retirement, a little less than 3 years. And my house will be paid off by then and stuff. And then we got another potential revenue stream in terms of rental coming into the family. So I'm going to be doing fine, but I want to keep my mind and my hands occupied. And what I came up with was this kind of important. Listen, hear me out real quick. This may or may not apply to you. Of course, our hobby keeps us busy. Being active and healthy, exercising, going to the doctors, doing all that. Definitely want to do that. Keep an eye on your teeth and maintain your teeth, the healthy teeth and gums and stuff. Very important. So I said, hey, I'm just like you guys and gals. I love to work with my hands. I've had tools and I've worked on everything my entire life, just like you guys. How about I bring all those tools that were handed down to me or I bought along my life's journey, and I start offering my services just to the neighborhood. You need electrical, you need drywall, you need carpentry, you need to move some walls around, you need copper piping, you need work on your car, whatever, without making it a business, just having it fun where you make friends with neighbors, get to use your tools again, your skills, film it all for YouTube here. And that, I'm just passing this along because it may work out like it did for me, for you. If you're in that situation, it has worked out fantastic. I just got done with a big drywall job. It took me away from this here for a few weeks, plus other stuff. My cell phone broke again. That's 2 cell phones in 2 months. So I couldn't film anything, didn't want to build and not film. But live through me. This may not be everyone's cup of tea or what I say or what I do for my side hustles and stuff. I got my career. I've been at my job now 39 years, 39-year career doing what I do. And I love my job and I'm damn good at it. And I've earned a lot of respect. I got a real awesome reputation at my job. And it doesn't feel like I go to work. 39 years, guys, 39-year career. I want to retire probably at about 42 year working for the same outfit. That's like my dad. And I follow my dad's footsteps. Anyways, this is the star of the show today. We did have to use this Tamiya. It's a little bit more expensive, just a little bit more. This will last you a lifetime. It's for masking different widths of pinstripes or lines or spacers, or you could use this for anything, lettering. This particular one here is about 2.5 millimeters wide. I have different widths. Without that, I couldn't have done the striping on this. So let's knock off the lights. We're going to go to our laptop screen here, and we're going to show you what I did. Oh, by the way, I didn't film any of this, and I never mentioned it, I don't believe, in the last series of videos. And this video may get cut off because I did not buy a new memory card for this cell phone. If it does, it'll continue on part 2. It'll just keep talking all the way through, but it may wind up doing that. I apologize in advance, so there may be a part 2 to this video, or maybe even a part 3. Anyways, this tender, you've seen it painted on video shots. This tender has been painted and stripped about 3 times now. I mean, stripped all the way down, back down to bare brass. This last time was no exception, but that's the only way. The only thing is I shot the wrong paint. I shot a more glossy type black paint on there instead of a typical. I usually use black flat Tamiya products. I didn't have any, so I went ahead and used kind of like a semi-gloss black. I'll go ahead and knock it down when I shoot the clear coat on it after we apply the decals, and she'll match the locomotive perfectly. But like all glass paint, she gives that appearance of looking too thick or too wet or something. But I rest assured the model is dry and perfect, and it's not too thick or anything. So let's go ahead and pause this for a second. Be right back. Okay, so we're looking at the laptop right now, and this particular shot here, and I'll hit play here in about a second. So once again, I had to strip the tender down to the bare brass, cleaned up the brass, attended to a couple broken solder joints, which was no big deal with my resistance soldering unit setup. And excuse me, we went ahead and shot Tamiya primer on there, something so the paint could grab onto. And then where our light copper colored bands are gonna go, which is kind of like almost to the top, or at least above the middle of the tender and way at the bottom. We use Alclad paint. So I showed you the mix we used in the last video, but I had to mix Alclad copper with Alclad high shine aluminum. We mixed that. We came out with a lighter version of copper. In order to, you don't use any thinner on these paints here. They're amazing, which is fantastic. You don't have to use any thinner, which works out great for me. But they do recommend that when you apply the color, the metallic shiny color you're choosing, whether it's copper, aluminum, stainless steel, chrome, or whatever, to apply it on a black surface for it to pop out more. So we went ahead where the stripes are going to go. We shot black, kind of like a band at the top where that top one's going to go, and at the bottom. That's why it's got that zebra type look. So let's go ahead and hit play. I didn't want to cover the whole model in black, not quite yet. All right, so give me 1 second. Let's bring up. Okay, so we're right here in this shot. We're looking at the opposite side, the other side of that tender, and the black stripes that went on the. This would be the fireman's side, no, the engineer's side. Same thing all around, including the back, where the stripes wrap around the entirety of the back. So we had to continue that black band. On the front, we only went around these tanks here because the copper stripes only go around those stamps tanks a little bit. And I'll show you that, I think, probably in the next clip. Let me just bring it up. Hold on. All right, so we shot the black. And according to manufacturer's specifications, that way the copper color we mixed up, this lighter version, which is spot on. I love this copper color. This is what I was shooting for. It's a metallic, lighter copper color, not tan, it looks tan. It's shiny. It is exactly spot on like the photographs John Lyon provided of the real tender that he went to go photograph about a month ago. And I shot it over the black, those black bands we shot in the previous video I showed you right now about a second ago. And yeah, the color just pops. Look at that, just fantastic. There's the back, there's the engineer side. And right there, you can see as I move the tender around, as the lights hit the copper color, the metallic copper color, it's more impressive in person than on camera, but on camera it does pick it up where that shine just hits you right back, which is the effect I was going for, because when I used regular tan paint to mimic the decals that were the wrong color, this did not have that bounce back quality which I was looking for. I insisted I was not going to proceed until I found that solution. I finally found it this weekend. I came up with the solution when I went for my walk in the evening, last night I think it was, and I ran back here, or 2 nights ago, and I experimented with it, and boom, we got it. Now I'm jazzed up again. This was depressing me, Michael. I can't give this to its owner looking like bleh. I need it to pop, and god damn it, it's popping now. Excuse me. Look at that. See, as she passes by the lights, get that shine. See that right there? Boom, that's what I was looking for. When I mentioned that the tanks, the copper stripes only come up to the tanks to about this area right here, so it wasn't necessary to hit the entire tank. And on the bottom, same thing, only comes up to about that area there. It doesn't cross across the whole front of it or anything like that. So let's look at this video one more time. Bam, I was super happy. Let's check out the next video. Okay, so we're back again. I'm showing off That beautiful, beautiful Alclad metallic lighter copper version. There's that yellow tape I used by Tamiya to mask off my stripes. So in other words, okay, we shot the color. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna use, this is the width I'm going for, the width of that masking tape. We're gonna use this masking tape to apply it where we want our stripes to go. Press it down so none of the edges, no paint will seep underneath the edges and stuff. This is really high quality Tamiya masking tape. That's why it's maybe a couple bucks more than your normal tape, but it's worth it. And this amount of tape, it'll last you forever. But normally you paint the tender black, you come back, you do some masking, and then you hit the copper line on top of the black. We're doing it backwards today. We're doing our copper color first, put our tape to cover the band itself, and then shoot black over it and see if it comes out with satisfactory results. I've never done it that way. I always do it the other way, pretty much like everyone else. Not that it's more steps or less steps. It's just more easy flowing when you shoot the model black and then you mask off for your stripes and hit the paint of your color for the bands on top of the black. It just flows easier. This way you're kind of moving backwards, like walking down the stairs backwards. So the steps seem kind of clunky because we're not used to it. But we're going to unravel the model right now in a second and see if it was successful or not, guys. Right here live on YouTube, on the Florentino Rebuilding Company YouTube channel. All right. So let's see here. Let me pause it for a second. All right, guys, we're back. So there's that masking tape. It's about 2 millimeters, 2.5 millimeters wide. So this is what we're trying to do. This is what I had to do to reverse painting on those stripes onto this tender. So this video kind of explains it a little bit better. Let's go ahead and check it out. There's a tape I used on the model. See that right there? So the theory is shoot black over everything there. Peel that tape back, grab the little end, peel it back, and you should have your copper colored band, boom, perfect, ready to go. So let's keep our finger crossed. I've always known about this method. It's just a reversal of what we've always been doing. I just never tried it before, much less on a prestigious 90-year-old national treasure like this Ed Alexander 440. Go ahead and finish watching this and we'll move to the unveiling. See that there? Special locomotive, special project required different and special techniques I had never used before in order to achieve what I was trying to achieve for its owner, John Lyon. Now keep in mind, this part's kind of sad. John had offered me to meet. Let's go to Chicago. I had it planned. I just could not pull it off. All sorts of stuff. No sense in getting into detail. Family, financial, job, personal commitments that just all accumulated here in the middle of March. And I really wanted to go. But this is the last year of some stuff I've been going through. And I'm a free man again after this year. So yeah, I'll be going to Chicago every year and Old Scale West and whatever Old Scale shows. I'm going to be hitting the show circuit like I used to way back in the day. And but I just could not pull it off this year. I wanted to hand John his locomotive in his hand. Didn't quite work out that way, but you know what? We're cool with that. We are definitely cool with that. Okay. Let's go to the unveiling. Let me set it up. All right, are we ready? So let's go ahead and do the unveiling here. Keep your fingers crossed. Keep your fingers crossed for me. Let's go ahead and jump into this. So the hands might get in the way again. I got the tripod in front of me. Picture you dancing with your girlfriend and your arms are reaching around her. That's how I'm working at this. So if I block the camera or if my technique seems dorky, it's because it is. I'm not used to doing that, but I think we're going to be fine. So let's go ahead. Let's get this done. Mhm. All right, let's do it. Wow, guys, that came out fantastic. Oh my God, I had done this peeled that back yesterday. I just didn't want to share that with you guys because I was this side the masking came out perfect. This side, as I shot paint on it, the masking started to bubble on me here and down here, and I feared that I had bleed through. So that's why I kind of wanted to film it here. And there's a little issue right there, actually. See that? So we could come back with our paint and touch that little spot, but everything else came out fantastic. My God, this came out even better than what I thought. Now this is something I would have no problem handing the owner once I complete it with. Oh my goodness, I can't tell you guys how happy I am. All right, so we're just about done here. You know what? Let me go grab that Lazy Susan. I think people call it. I'll be back so we can display the locomotive under low lights. Just check her out all around, different angles without having to touch her, and then we'll call it a night. Be right back.